escape if you are embarrassed by my voice. But you don't understand. You wasn't the one that's been blind. I'm the one that's been blind. You wasn't the one that's been in pain, and you think you gonna tell me to shut up. Last, Bartimaeus, he had to seize the moment. Yeah, he didn't know if Jesus was ever gonna come back down his street again. He didn't know. He didn't know if he'd ever have this moment again. Let me tell you, the first kind of deliverance that you need to get is deliverance from folk. The first kind of deliverance that you ought to believe is possible, getting delivered from folk, their looks, their gossip, their opinion, their thoughts. I love you, but I'm over you. I love you, but you ain't gonna matter more to me than I matter to myself. You know, I'm working overtime again. Do you know that there are folk who would try to silence you? It's the folk that try to silence you that have never walked in your shoes. All them folk that tried to silence Bartimaeus, they could see. If you ain't never been blind, don't you tell me to be quiet when there's a possibility that I can see. If you ain't ever been hurt or broken, don't you tell me to be quiet when there's a possibility that I can be whole again. If you ain't ever been sick, don't you tell me to be quiet when there is a possibility that I can be healed. If you want to escalate your desire, you don't get around folk that ain't never been through what you're going through. If you want to escalate your desire, you hang around folk that say, child, you better hang in there. You better hang in there. You don't. I remember I was in this very place, and God brought me out. God brought me through. Don't you give up. Don't you quit. You better holler louder. Don't you let them folks silence you. You going, and this is no offense to anybody. You go into Housewives getting advice on how to make it in corporate America. You talking to single folk about your marriage. You talking to folk that ain't never been sick about how to be well. Where they do that at? How much sense does that make? Now, don't get me wrong. There are things that are associated with everything that we can, but about how to control your tongue. Do you see what I'm saying? So there are things, there are experiences that we can extract from everything and everybody. So don't walk out of here and say, oh, Pastor, I don't know, well, you ain't married. Why I'm coming to you about. Let me tell you something. Just because I haven't said I do or I does don't mean I don't know about relationship, okay? Please understand, I done talked to enough married folk to understand how to tell you what and what